What's up, everyone? This is LB again from BT Wrestling Arena at Blogspot. Remember, check us out every week. We have live streaming coverage, videos of Raw, SmackDown, ECW Superstars, pay-per-views. So just check us out. Hook you up and y'all hook us up, I guess. Basically, I wanted to end the SummerSlam top list. A couple of days ago, I did the top edition of the best SummerSlams. On the video, it's 6 top SummerSlams, and I only talked about 5 SummerSlams. And yeah, that's a typo. But today I will be talking about the 5 worst SummerSlams of all time. Basically, I'm going to give you a reason why. So let's begin. The first worst SummerSlam in the 22-23 year history of SummerSlam is SummerSlam 1995. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the Igloo. The only match that was interesting was, again, the ladder match, Shawn Michaels versus Razor Ramon. It was the beginning of the end of the ladder match because it seemed like they had used the ladder match so many times, but it was only the second time. The first time was in Madison Square Garden, if I'm not mistaken. The Undertaker versus Kama match, the casket match, wasn't really interesting. Big Daddy Cool and Mabel wasn't interesting because in real life Mabel could have just squashed Diesel. I don't care how big, ripped Diesel was. Mabel could have just squashed Diesel easily and became champion. Lex Luger didn't wrestle, and that was kind of weird because a couple of weeks later, Lex Luger would go to WCW again. And that whole controversial contract signing thing, free agent crap. The women's championship match was stupid. Just everything but the ladder match was stupid. So that's why I think it is the first actual SummerSlam that failed wrestling fans. The second one was 1999. You had Triple H, Mankind, and Stone Cold Steve Austin triple threat for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. I thought that SummerSlam wasn't really hyped all the way. Yeah, Jesse Ventura came back, the governor of Minnesota. He came to be a special guest referee. Now, keep in mind, it's in his home state that he's governing Minnesota. I just didn't think that SummerSlam was the SummerSlam. It ended the decade of SummerSlams from 1990 till 1999. It basically ended the SummerSlam 1990 decade as being the worst. But the next year they rebound. The next SummerSlam that I think is worse than 95 and 99 is 2003, Phoenix, Arizona. You had I believe it was Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle for SmackDown's main event. And for Raw, it was the Elimination Chamber, which was the last good Elimination Chamber. It seemed like the WWE resulted to that type of match if they couldn't produce a quality singles or a triple threat or a four-way bout for a championship. It seems like they always resorted to Elimination Chamber, which I thought the The Survivor Series 2002 was good, but 2003 it was so-so because it ended up being Goldberg and Triple H, and if I'm not mistaken, Triple H left there bloody, but he left there as champion, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I really don't even know what was on the card. I've seen SummerSlam 2003, but I've never actually paid attention to the card itself. So that's telling you something right there. Um, Third worst SummerSlam. Maybe the worst SummerSlam. Who knows? I'll let y'all decide. The next worst SummerSlam was 2005. You had the main. I think it was the main event. The last match was Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. The reason why I put this down as the worst um, SummerSlam is because of the fact that how they wanted it to end up was Shawn Michaels beating Hulk Hogan. But Hulk Hogan, with the creative control and all that crap, he persuaded Shawn Michaels to, hey, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna Hulk up, shake my head, boom, and do that, Hulkamania type stuff. And Shawn Michaels agreed to it, which I thought was a big mistake. I actually wanted to see Shawn Michaels beat Hulk Hogan, just because, give it that fresh momentum. I've always seen Hulk Hogan, people that could have beat him, realistically could have beat him, always lose to him. And I think that's stupid. Every time you look up people that can realistically beat Hulk Hogan, in the back of your mind, damn it, they can beat Hulk Hogan. They always lose to Hulk Hogan, or they win a match, and then 3 days later they lose the championship to Hulk Hogan again. So I think that it's stupid to always want to win. Let the fans see something different, something fresh, something that they haven't been looking at for the past 20 damn years. And the next SummerSlam that to me was bad was 2007, only because of the fact that Triple H came back. If I'm not mistaken, Rey Mysterio came back, and Triple H was facing King Booker. If I'm not mistaken, if I'm not mistaken, he was facing King Booker. I have to research that, so give me some feedback if I'm wrong on that. Rey Mysterio, he was facing Chavo Guerrero, and the matches really didn't click. Batista was facing JBL. Like, for real, I have to research all this stuff because I really don't know if I'm right about this. Probably should have done some studying before I came on here. But no, it was Batista facing the Great Khali, which I didn't think was good because of the disqualification. And this would be the first time that we would see John Cena and Randy Orton in many battles. You had the ECW Championship. You had John Morrison and CM Punk, which it's alright. It's okay. It could have been CM Punk. I wanted him to win. You had the Interpromotional Divas Battle Royal, which wasn't too good, but that's alright. That's Phoenix one. You had Rey Mysterio versus Chavo Guerrero. I got that one right. You had Amanga defeating Carlito and Mr. Kennedy for the Intercontinental Championship. Finley versus Kane. Lance, Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch taking on Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I really didn't care about that match. So basically, none of the matches really appealed to me. Maybe it's different for y'all because that's y'all. And that's my top worst SummerSlams. I'm LB. I'm out.